Hey beautiful people, it's Brianna and
Suli.
And welcome back to the Black Girl Space. Woo! We are so excited to have you here with us. This podcast is all about real life, real talk, and everything in between, especially from the perspective of two young black girls figuring out life as we go, because we're trying to figure out life as we go.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to be talking about everything from tips, tricks, dilemmas, social media, and even growing up, to deep convos about culture, faith, and everything that makes us. So, in today's episode, we're unpacking stress. Whether school, life, parents, or pressure, we'll all carry a backpack full of it. So let's unzip that backpack full of stress and see what's inside. So basically, as you can tell, today we're going to be talking about backpack full of stress. And guys, we are now officially on Spotify. So do make sure, for our audio listeners, hope you have your ears open wide, okay?
But yeah, change of setting, guys. But
yeah, let's get
started. So, what we're first going to talk about is, where does your stress come from, Brie?
Honestly, stress is just stress. But actually, I want to get into a bit more. When I think of stress, not all I think about, but it's just that thing, you know, when your parents are like, oh, like, you'll be stressing out about something, and then your parent is like, you're too young to be stressed. I'm sorry, but you can't really say that, because every child, no matter what your age is, has something to stress about. It's kind of just one of them things where it's just like everyone goes through some sort of stress, and you just have to know that. I don't know if any parents are going to be watching us, but what you don't know is that we do have some form of stress, whether that's school, whether that's whatever
like
it
just
is.
Honestly, being a teenager, school is really stressful though, like really stressful. I think for me, mainly, like, where does your stress actually come from though? Like, what do you stress mostly about?
College, and one of my top stresses is probably exams as well, to be honest, and family issues as well. I think for me it's family issues, school or / college, and exams.
Yeah, I agree. Same.
It's just one of them things. With college, it's so much to stress about, because you're trying to think about if you're going to have good teachers, you're trying to think about if you're going to make some good friends, you're trying to think about, the friends that I have right now that I have in college, are they even worth being friends with right now? So it's just one of them things, you know?
Yeah, for me, I'd say, I don't know about college. I wouldn't say too much about college, but I'd say probably friends sometimes. Not too much as it was before, but sometimes, yeah. Maybe family too. As you know, siblings are something, especially being an older sibling is different. Being an older sibling is, What about work?
Oh, Lord help me. Guys, if you do not know, let's give a little story time for them. Me and Silly, right? Literally last year, me and Silly were hustling for a job.
Scouting for jobs. I'm telling you, every CVs and bags going around everywhere. I'm not even kidding. We're not even exaggerating.
Yeah. Literally, this was me and Celie last year. Me and her, we came from like a program, I think it was. Yeah. And me and her were like, okay, we have our printed CVs with us. We might as well hop out, go to every single restaurant that we can, every single shop that we can, and just ask them, do you offer a job? Do you offer a job? Yeah. Literally, only one shop literally said, okay, we'll call you back. They don't, guys, never take advantage of that, because they'll never call back. Never. Look at us now, we're both working babes. We've got our jobs and that, but the working hours are crazy. At first you're gonna be, oh my gosh, I have a job now, I'm gonna make my money, like it's just gonna be lit and everything. It's not like that.
The pay is good, but the labour that comes with it,
honestly, and then as soon as you're into like your 5th shift, after like the second week of working or something, you're gonna be like, I can't do this, I give up. Because it is tiring. When your parents hear them working is difficult, they're not lying.
They weren't lying.
Weren't lying.
I'm not even
because
joking.
Now that I'm actually working every day, I'm waking up and I'm tired to go to bed. Like, I don't want to go to work. Sometimes
literally, I'll be telling my siblings, don't even be stressed.
Don't even beg. Don't even beg.
It's not worth it.
Wait till the time comes.
The amount of times I came back from work crying is crazy.
Let's deep into the whole sibling situation, because that one I feel like me and you can just with like siblings and that. Like, what do you say is like one of your like hardest things?
Being involved as an older sibling, I've got older siblings myself, but for me, I've got 2 younger siblings, and me and my sister are close in age, but my brother, he's younger, and it's just a bit difficult because I feel like I have to parent them all the time when my parents aren't there.
Yeah.
The stress that comes with it is something else. Yeah,
honestly, I'm like similar as well, because I don't have older siblings myself. I'm the eldest, so
yeah,
it's very hard in terms of that, because your parents always look at you and be like, okay, you need to be the role model for your younger siblings, and it's like, yeah, I understand that, but you also have to understand that I'm trying to look for someone else that I can look up to as well, because for me, because I'm like the eldest sibling, I want somebody that's a bit more older than me who I can go to advice for, but I don't have that. So it's very difficult in that situation and that term, because it's just like, oh, like now I don't have a role model, so I have to try and be that good role model to the younger siblings, because whatever you're doing wrong, they're gonna do wrong. And it's like you can't really be that way. And especially like arguments as well was one of the most biggest things ever, because we always get the blame. It's always our fault. Like, let's say like our younger sibling slaps us, they'll just start crying.
Parents, I feel like sometimes they give us too much responsibility as an older sibling, because it'd be too much sometimes.
Like it. It also kind of links with expectations as well, because there's always an expectation for us as well, how we always have to be the older sibling, we always have to be cleaning, we always have to be cooking, like especially with my mum is always like, Brianna, now you need to stand here and you need to cook, you need to be, as soon as I come home from work, I want to see dinner done. It's just like, I also have other duties to fulfill, if you have forgotten. I also have work, I have college, and it's like they always have these certain expectations, how they want you to be getting A++ in college, and they want you to be cooking as well, and they want you to be looking after your siblings as well. It's just like, as much as we want to help, there's only so much we can do.
I think it's especially different in the African culture, because when you're an older sibling, like, especially as girls, our dads would tell us, oh, you have to learn to cook and stuff, because sometimes they want us to cook, right? Like, my dad's telling me, oh, you need to learn how to make this. I know how to make food, bro, like, but like sometimes you just can't be asked.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like, there's dishes that we can cook, we just cannot be asked to cook them. You know? Especially when you're a teenager, like, you can't be asked to do so many things. Like, they'll just, you could tell me, oh, Brianna, could you go get that over there? And I'll be like, can't be asked.
Procrastination.
It's just one of them. It's just one of them things.
How does stress actually like show? Like, how does it impact you?
That's a tough one. Like, if we're talking about physically, I feel like the way stress takes over me is that I cry, because I can't lie. I'm a what do you call it? Let me actually, give me a second. Crybaby. I'm not a big crybaby, but I'm a crybaby when it comes to things. Like, I'll just get upset over like anything, and it's like, when stress, as soon as stress hits me, I'm up in my room and I'm crying. And I just feel like it's just one of them things, because you'll just have no motivation. Like, I'll cry randomly at just certain times. So what about you?
For me, I cry, or like I get upset whenever I'm mad or something. And well, when I get mad, that causes my stress. Let's say, for an example, my siblings. Let's say let's say I just clean the house, and you know, little siblings, they'll mess up the house, even though you tell them don't mess it up, they'll do it. Let's say I go into the next room and I see mess, I start getting upset, because I spent hard work, I spent my time and effort in cleaning, and you're here messing it up. Like, it's so difficult.
I hate it so much. Like, I literally agree as well. There'll just be some things where you're just like, okay guys, like, once you eat your dinner, please put the plates in the sink. Why is that one of the most difficult things for them to do? They'll put it there. They'll put it there. The food is on the table. It's just like, my mum always taught me, clean up after your own mess. If you make a mess, you gotta clean up after. It's just like, little kids, they don't pick it up in their heads. They just think, oh, like, my older sister's gonna clean that up for me. Like, my dad is just gonna clean it up for me, or my mum's gonna clean it up for me. It's not like that at all.
Next, moving on. Do you think teens are taken seriously when they say that they're stressed? Like, for example, going to their parents, or like going to, like, I don't know, someone they look up to or something like that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely freaking not. Because, like, this is actually just something we were just talking about earlier on, about like, when parents, when they see that, when they not see, But when we tell them that we're stressed, they're like, "Oh, you're too young to be stressed." It's just like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just like, you could be stressed at any age.
No, literally. Oh, bless.
It's just like,
you know what? I kind of hear it, but also I don't. It's basically when I say to my parents, "Oh, like, why are you upset?" And I'm just like, "Oh, I'm just stressed." Like, you know when you just stress out of nowhere, but you don't know what's actually causing it. Yeah, I get like that sometimes, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm just stressed," and they're like, "What are you stressed about?" Because then they give an example. They're like, "Oh, I have to go work, I have to cook, I have to clean," but also like sometimes things are put on me too. Like, they've been giving me those responsibilities as well, cleaning, cooking in the house, and also people do get stressed from that.
I do hear it as well, because like, I do understand in terms of like when you do mention like you're stressed, your parents can be like, "Oh, like, I get what you're saying," but I feel like for me that's not an every time, because for me most of the time when I'm stressed, my mum is like, "Brianna, what are you stressed about now?" Or she'll either just be like, "Brianna, you're just too young to be stressed. What are you even stressing about? It probably doesn't matter." Like, my mum is one of them type of people where she'll just be like, "Okay," like she'll just push it away, and I just feel like, especially when you're like our age, you have to rely on yourself. Like, as we're growing, our parents are relying on us to be like, "Oh, like, now you need to do this on your own, like, I can't help you now," because they want us to like do things on our own. But it's just like sometimes you just want to know that your parents are there.
That's very true.
That's how it's always been for me. Like, sometimes I just want that extra support from my parents, and I just want to know that you're there. But sometimes it's not like that at all. They'll be too busy with like my younger siblings, making sure that they're okay, making sure that they're attending their sports day or whatever. But when it comes to me, because obviously I dance, so when it comes to me doing like my dance competitions, they're not there to support me. So I have to make sure I'm making my own way there, making sure that I've got my costume ready, everything like that. So it's hard, but I
feel like that's just, it's so sad to say, but I feel like that's just the responsibilities coming like coming
early to us. But I just feel like, even though we're seeing it in a sad way, I see it in a good way, because it's just like, as we grow up, we're going to be so reliant as much on calling our parents, be like, "I need your help with this." We're just going to be able to do it. Do you get it?
That's very true, and it's going to prepare us for the future as well.
Exactly, especially with like men as well, when we begin to like date and stuff like that. Especially when it comes to like dating as well, we're not going to have to rely on men so much. We're going to be able to like just do things on our own.
Next question. You know how when you go speak to your parents or whatnot, saying that you're stressed, do you think it makes it harder for you to speak up to them when they don't listen? I think most of the time, because your parents, sometimes they hear where you're coming from, sometimes they don't. For me, I don't really have much to say on that, but I wouldn't, with my parents, I wouldn't say it's hard for me to speak up. Just sometimes I speak to my parents about this all the time, but sometimes if I'm stressed, I like to cool down myself. I like to,
cope,
like deal with it myself.
Like, we have our own coping mechanisms.
I get that. So, moving on, how do you cope with stress?
Music.
Really?
I can't say anything else but music.
What type of music do you listen to that actually helps you?
I mean, obviously we mentioned this in the first ep, but I do tend to listen to quite like upbeat type music, because that's what just keeps me going, and by the end of it I'm like, chill. Right, guys, so now we're gonna head into the dilemma section, and we just want to say thank you guys so much for all the Instagram dilemmas that we have received, because honestly we just want to thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for all the support that you've been giving us. As you can see, we got our little podcast pet over here, so you might see him crawling around a little bit, but so let's get into it.
Do you want to get started? Do you want to start off?
Course. Right, so I'm gonna see. Somebody said, "I'm trying to focus on my relationship with God, but boys just be causing problems." Not Suni's reaction.
I
Don't even make me laugh.
I don't even know how to answer this, because this is so true. Like, oh my, wait, how do you even? What would you say?
Okay, let's break it down. I'm trying to focus on my relationship with God. Okay, so if you're trying to focus on your relationship with God, the first thing to do is open up your Bible. Like me and Suli said in the first ep, pick up the pace and pick up your Bible. It's that simple. If you don't have a Bible, order one.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many, and as you know, the Bible is the best-selling book.
Mm-hmm.
So just go and get a Bible. Go to the shop, get a Bible. Go on Amazon, get a Bible. Go on eBay, get a Bible. Just get a Bible. Get some highlighters. Get some pens. Get some post-it notes, or get a Bible with a little space on the side so you can write down your notes. And just do that, and that can really help you. And that's always what's helped me as well, like getting little post-it notes, sticking them on, just writing.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. So with your relationship with God, what do you do that helps you to with your relationship with God?
Honestly, reading my Bible,
Mm-hmm.
speaking to Him, speaking and praying to Him is the same thing. But yeah, going to youth and church helps a lot because it keeps you consistent.
Yeah, keeps you motivated.
They are onto you.
Mm-hmm.
They want to make sure that you're actually going, like you're doing well in your walk with Christ.
Yeah.
And boys be causing problems.
But if the boys just be causing problems, what I say is, why even near boys in the first place?
Honestly.
As well as trying to build your relationship with God. And also, you got to think about your age as well, because if you're somebody that is maybe, let's say that you're sending this and you're about 18, put boys to a side, focus on relationship with God first. And what I'd even say, let's just put this in a better perspective for you.
Yeah.
Focus on God first and pray to God about the boys, and
that
then
causing problems.
And then by the time that you've prayed about it, all your problems would have just been solved. So there you go, your dilemma's been solved. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next. This is actually a response to the poll from what stresses you out the most.
Yeah. So someone said failing as a black girl.
Okay.
So again, I don't know what to say to this one because it's not really specific, but I'm guessing maybe in college or like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
as a black girl,
when you're sending these dilemmas, please be specific, guys, so we can have more details. I know that when you're typing up your answer on Instagram, you don't get enough characters to say how much you want to say. So what you can do is you will put the email here, and you guys can send an email to us.
Yeah, or you can DM us directly on Instagram.
DM us directly on Instagram, or do feel free to send us an email because you will have enough space to write as much as you want to and be specific as you want to. And don't worry, these all remain anonymous. Don't worry. So when you say failing as a black girl, that can be in dating terms, that can be within anything.
That can be.
Yeah, so I think, like I said, whoever sent this dilemma, please do send us an Instagram DM or do send us an email, and we can get back to you because we'll need a part 2 on that because we want specifics.
Yeah.
So anyways.
And someone also said not seeing the effort that I put my all into.
I understand.
I get that.
Because it's just like you may be in a group of people and you're like putting in the most effort, but then they're just taking credit for that all. And don't worry, I've been in that position very many times, and it is one of the most stressful things.
I can give an example to this. Like, remember when we were scouting for jobs, and we put in all of our effort, blood, sweat, and tears, nothing came out of it. Yeah, not seeing the effort is something, because obviously after you've been like working so hard towards this thing that you're putting your effort into and you don't see results, it can be frustrating.
Oh, don't even.
Yeah.
We definitely understand. Another response that we have received is someone says, the thought that I might fail a course or subject because of the way I'm really bad at it. Okay, I can really understand this because as somebody that has done a practical based course, it was difficult for me because I was worried that I might fail my course because of the people and stuff like that. But because you said the way you're really bad at it, you need to remember, you need to choose something that you're most passionate about. So don't stress yourself out too much about that. Just try to do what you can. Also do research as well. Before you're doing a new course or anything like that, do research so you can kind of get an insight onto what is coming. What's your advice on that?
I'd say yeah, exactly what you said. Just try, give it your best. If you can't obviously give it your all and like be the best at it, just try your best, try your hardest, you'll do fine. That's good, because at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, give it your hardest, and honestly, you've got it. I'll be praying for you.
Another person said, black men who hate black girls as if their mums and sisters are black. Oh my gosh. Do not actually get me started on this topic, because when you're in secondary school, this thing is like the topic. This is like the
top the major thing,
honestly,
bro.
especially for black girls as well, because it's just like, why are black girls genuinely hated in this society of living?
I'm not hating whatever your type is, but I'm just saying, like, it says here, black men who hate black girls as if their mums and sisters ain't black. I hear that because a lot of friends and family members I know, they are black themselves, but they love I don't know why, but bro, like, you're being so colorist. Like, they love to say, oh, black girls aren't really my thing, whatever. Yeah, I hear that, but you don't need to be shaming us. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, your friends and family are still that race, bro. Like, be for real. Come on, honestly. Now.
But another person said, when I clean the house and then as soon as family arrives, the place is trash.
Oh my gosh.
That's one of the worst things ever. It's just like blood, sweat and tears have just been wasted.
No, literally.
It's just a discrimination, really.
Oh, I hear that again, like I said. Siblings.
Honestly.
Yeah.
One of the worst things ever. It's actually so bad, isn't it?
It's so bad. Oh my gosh, I'm not even joking. I hate mess so much. Like, I can't even sugarcoat it. I hate mess. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, it's so bad. Like, I don't see why people just love to live in mess. I'm not judging, but like, I can't deal with it. Like, it genuinely stresses me out. So I hear where this person's coming from 100%.
Right. So another person sent a response and they said, men, boys, exams, politics, buses and liars. Let's actually kind of break that up a little bit because that person is really going through a lot and I can tell. So let's break it down. Break it down.
First of all, men, boys. Oh my gosh, I hear it because boys in our society, men in our society are something else. I'm not even joking. Like, I can't even put it in one word. It's just so chaotic. Like, honestly, I don't understand. Like,
if you're a Christian, pray about it, please. Exams is one of the most stressful things ever because you got to make sure that you're revising in time, you know the knowledge and everything like that.
I don't have any exams, so I can't really say anything on that.
When I'm talking about exams, I'm talking in terms of GCSEs and stuff like that.
GCSE. How did the GCSEs go for you?
Let's leave some white noise there. Yeah. Right. So what about politics?
Politics, I don't take it, but I know people who take it and they said, oh my gosh, it's something else. They find it so stressful.
Well, why did you choose it then?
I don't know.
That's all I'm asking. Why did you choose it?
People need to be doing their research before they actually choose a subject because this days they be making you do some things that you don't want to do.
Let's move on to buses. Okay, this is a big one. You know, there's those bus drivers that will just drive, then they'll just stop for a break, and the break is like 15 minutes.
I love bus drivers that drive like you need to be somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, yes, keep driving fast. Yeah, that's what I like to see. The buses is such a big problem because bus drivers also they're either really nice or just really, really rude, like blatantly rude.
Yeah,
buses, honestly, I hate it. I don't mind buses, but I just don't like the whole concept of it. But this just motivates me to take my driving lessons, honestly.
Yeah, this is actually a question that we've received, and it's not actually in a dilemma. No. Yeah. Wait.
No.
This is a question that we have received from our Instagram.
What stresses you the most. It's just a question, but
this is a good question, so I'll take it. I'll let you lead.
Yeah. So this person said, "Is dating as a teenager irresponsible?"
This is a very good question.
This is a very good question because I've never been in a relationship, and I don't want to until I've got my life sorted. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, me personally, I feel like I don't see an issue dating as a teenager, but I feel like you're still growing up, you're still figuring out life, right? But if you're in a relationship, you've got another person to look after, basically, and when there's two people in a relationship, basically you just have to think about that person all the time. Like, let's say you're planning to go to the shop, you also have to inform, like, your partner and stuff like that, and you can just, like, you know, it can get tiring sometimes. So I feel like as a teenager, dating is not really. I don't feel like you should be dating as a teenager.
Me,
What
I
do you
agree
think?
and disagree.
Yeah.
So the reason why I agree that you should be dating as a teenager, only because as bad as this sounds, and yes, God forgive me, but as bad as it sounds, like if I would like, how do I put this? If I'm a parent and I have a daughter and she's almost getting to that stage where she's gonna have a boyfriend, I would just be like, okay, that's fine, you can date him. And the reason why I say that is because I want you to be able to experience a relationship from young, so that you know in the future what to do when you have your next relationship. That's the only reason why I said it's good, but because then you know the bad experiences and the good things.
Yeah.
But the reason why I say you shouldn't is because sometimes you just need to wait until you're older and until you're mature to know that, oh, this is this, that is that. So especially when you're younger, you don't know certain things, and it can be a little bit more harder to commit to the relationship. But
some people in a relationship, they're just not they're not mature enough for it. So I don't see why. I don't think everyone should be in a relationship, but I mean, if you get in a relationship, like that's you. Like I'm not gonna shame that in any way. Like honestly, I love like seeing relationships and people being in their relationships, and then another and looking after a man. I'm good. At my age, I'm good. Thank you.
I think I've been in a situation where it's like I almost stepped to that boundary where we was about to get into a relationship, but I kind of had to look at the whole tiny situation and be like, okay, is this person actually going to be committed? Is this person actually going to have time for me? Are we actually going to be able to see each other all the time? Are we going to be able to actually meet up? And it's just like, if you're saying no to all those questions, then don't do it. If you're saying yes, then maybe consider. But I think this is also something if you're a Christian as well, this is something you should speak to God about, because let me actually give you a little fact here. God has nothing against young love, by the way, because it says it in the Bible, like when God meets two people together, you become one flesh. And it's just like those people are meant to be together. So whether that's young love, whether you're 50 or whatever it is, God can still create a love between two people. And if he's done that, that's amazing for you. Well done. Because that might mean that you're in a long committed relationship. You'll be together, you'll marry, whatever, you'll do whatever. When you're looking at it, is dating as a teenager irresponsible? It can be considered irresponsible only in terms of if you're both not committed and if you're acting immature in a relationship. So it kind of varies. But guys, we're gonna call that a wrap.
Yes, we are.
So all we're gonna say is, so that's what's in our backpacks right now. Heavy, chaotic, and sometimes hidden. Remember, stress doesn't make you weak. It just means you care. Thanks for listening to the Black Girl Space. Bye, beautiful people.
Bye. The dilemma thingy, Majid.
Oh, you scared the crap out of me.
Oh, hi, Luna.
Hiya.
So I hear that. It can be. Come here.